hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and participations of the Women Economic Forum. I'm very happy to be with you, a little bit digital, but not in person. I apologize for this. I'm here in Munich, in the cold area of the world, and not with you. I would like to thank especially Dr. Habin Arora and the whole committee for this wonderful honor to give me this award this evening. So I thank all of you and especially all the women in the world who have this power to change the world. As I founded this foundation, European Foundation for the Care of Newborn Infants, I had already a long journey behind me. So my children were born in week 25 after I had a severe preeclampsia, so I was my own in risk to die. I got preterm twins. One of my babies died after a week, and my son Lucas was born with 515 grams, and he survived, and I fought for years for changing the situation for premature babies and especially for families to have a better outcome for our babies, but also a better treatment. I thought that I'm in a privileged situation, be born or live in Munich, and having my children in a university hospital, so I thought everything should be fine or will be fine, but I learned that it was not the situation. So that means as my baby were born in this university hospital, we had no support, there were only visiting hours. There was one chair where all parents had to share this chair to sit with their babies, and we had not really rights to be with our babies. So I started very, very young with a self-help group in Munich where I had no medical background. As I mentioned before, I was young, I had blonde hairs, and so it was not easy to go to doctors and medical experts to change the situation. The people laughed in the beginning about me, about my wishes and my dreams to have parents in the intensive care units, to prevent preterm births, to have information for us parents. So it was not easy to start at this time. Having not a medical background means, especially in Germany, but I guess all over the world, that you are not the expert for medical issues. And when you have a baby in the intensive care unit, that means that you are not the first person who should take care of your child. And I felt that this is wrong, and I started really with having some handmade folders in the units. I started to go on congresses and ask people how can we change the situation, and it was not easy to get feedback, get trust from this medical expert, but I never ever gave up. So this is also an advice I can give you here in the audience, to believe on what you are doing and to make a structured plan what you want to change and how you want to change the situation, and to find partners who believe in your dreams, because often people have dreams, many people have dreams, but they are not have not enough power to start. So this is something I really can give you as advice, and this is what I have done in the beginning as I started EFCNI in 2008. It was not clear for me if I can do this. I started in Germany first with a self-help group and was president for 8 years in the German parent organization. But doing something European-wide is a totally different thing. So I had to learn English. I learned English at school, but it was 20 years ago. I really practiced. So I took lessons every weekend privately. I invested also private money to start with learning English again, to learn medical English, business English, negotiation with partners in the different countries. And what I also had to learn is the different countries have different cultures, so the people want to talk in a different way. I had to learn business, I had to learn fundraising, I had to learn medical issues where we had to understand what researchers want. So it was a lot to do, and without any medical background and without any business background. So my normal education is a preschool teacher. Another advice I could give you in the audience is, and I have a German background, and everybody knows us that we are extremely structured in everything what we are doing. And this is something what I learned a lot and was very helpful, to organize everything in advance, to structure your business or your plan, your project, what you are doing, and ask in advance whom you need, which kind of organization issues you need in advance, who should sit in the boat of your project, and ask this in advance to not forget someone who maybe is important for the project, or someone who wants to be involved because they key opinion leaders in the world. So if you want to do something like project like I started years ago, it's very, very good to start with a good structure plan and to coordinate everything, the financial issues in advance. That's something maybe very German, but maybe helpful for you as well. For every single project you plan, if small or if big, it's something you should do all the time. And all the projects we have achieved so far, all the milestones we have achieved, are really big in the meanwhile. As we started in 2008, I said to a friend, for every rabbit, so for every animal, we have a day. But we have no day for our tiniest babies, for the biggest patient or children patient group in the world. So every 10th baby is born premature, but we had no day, nobody thought about our children. And I said, we need a day for our children, for our issue. And we found it in 2008, only with a handful of people, World Prematurity Day, where we achieve in the meanwhile a lot of different projects. We have achieved that people join us, that organizations like World Health Organization, Bill Gates Foundation, UNICEF, Save the Children joined our day, and we celebrate this every year on November 17. So this dream of having a day for our children is now a World Day. We have organized standards for newborn health with over 250 well-known experts all over the world joining our organization, a mom who founded something in 2008, and now we have the experts in our team who want to change the situation for newborns. So these things are possible if you believe in yourself, if you structure your work you're doing, and you ask people on their opinion, what they think, and combine forces to work together to make changes possible. We have done this for newborns in Europe, and we hopefully achieve this also for newborns all over the world. But important is to ask left and right people to do this together. And so working in one line with all the people, it's not easy, but it's possible if you believe in your work and if you think that it's the right way to do. So I wish all of you that you can do all the same things what I had started in 2008. And my son, maybe that's interesting for you, is 19 years old and doing his A-level at the moment. He was growing up, and we had very, very much a lot of challenges, and so I hope that he will be a healthy young man, and maybe I'm a grandmother in the future, but nevertheless believe in what you are doing and fight for what you are doing. And so I believe that my son will be a successful, healthy, and also hopefully happy young man in the future. So this is my power behind me, why I'm driving these forces and why I'm fighting for all the babies in the world, that in the future hopefully nobody has this kind of experiences I had in the past. Again, I would like to thank all of the organizers for this wonderful award, and I wish you here in India a wonderful meeting, fruitful with a lot of good discussions and a lot of power, because women can change the world.